Good afternoon, everyone. This is a surprise to me. I was not opposed to address this gathering, but since the Computer has invited me to speak, I'll keep my talk very brief. Having associated in drafting the GST law about close to a decade and seen the journey of the evolution of GST, I am but thrilled to see the stabilization phase of the GST today, what we are all witnessing. This is a transformational tax reform undertaken with a clear political conviction, keeping the economic rationale of having a unified tax system in a complex and diverse geography like ours. There are three key enablers which made GST today what we all celebrate. It's the GST Council, the political maturity with which the GST Council has taken the economic decisions is something which we are really proud of. In the 56 GST Council meetings, taking decisions close to almost about 2,000 decisions so far, but for one, has been driven by consensus. And that is really a proud moment for all of us that we could take decisions in the national interest beyond the political realm. And that's something which really we are proud of. The second important thing, I think we talked about digital first. The GST network has played a very important role in providing the enabling environment for the taxpayers to file their returns, pay taxes, claim refunds. And of course, now going forward, we will have a robust dispute resolution machinery, which will also completely be electronically driven. Technology played a very important role in not only improving the compliance, but also preventing misuse. If you look at the fake invoice, which has been detected and prevented, close to 7,20,000 crores of evasion detected. It's only thanks to technology. And technology enables in a non-intrusive manner to prevent any misuse or abuse. The third important thing in GST reform is with regard to the taxpayers. The continuous faith the taxpayers continue to repose on the government, especially in the formative years of the GST when we were implementing GST, there were a lot of technical glitches. The taxpayers withstood all the inconveniences, having faith that here is a government which will see this, all these challenges are proactively addressed. The taxpayers have contributed immensely in not only supporting this important tax reform, but also continuously proactively engaging with government in bringing those challenges to the forefront for a redressal mechanism. All in all, be it compliance, be it revenue, be it ease of doing, GST has been a great game changer. There are many things which we need to still pursue in order to make this reform even more better. The efforts are on. I think Honorable Prime Minister on the ramparts of Delhi on the occasion of the Independence Day has made three important announcements. One with regard to rate rationalization. I think a lot has been done in the 56 GST Council by taking substantial decisions with regard to rate rationalization. Now, we also talked about, I think, simplification. I think one of the speakers mentioned about the classification disputes and also the possible potential conflicts in interpretation. I think the GST Council has been taking a lot of decisions with regard to interpretational matters, but also I think taking some of those structural design is also an important thing. The third and the more important thing, which did not get adequate attention, but what is important, is the structural reforms, which is in the nature of simplification of registration, simplification of refunds, and also filing of returns in an electronically enabled platform. What Prime Minister touched upon is the journey, is a continuous journey. In the run-up to 56th GST Council meeting and also the work in progress for the future, the government has clear roadmap as what needs to be done. We talked about the technicalities of GST. If we talk about the IMS, the invoice management system, which has been in a trial mode from October 2025, is 24 onwards, is now ready for implementation on a regular basis, on a mandatory basis. The matching of GSTR 1A has been complete. Your outward tax liability auto-populated and getting locked is a thing of certainty. We are looking at a 2B, 3B match with IMS with all those challenges what we had with regard to some of the credit notes. The GST Council has been working on this very diligently, and hopefully by December, once we have the IMS dashboard very clearly fine-tuned to the business requirements, hopefully I think we are there in terms of what we originally envisaged in GSTR 1, 2, 3, where 1 becomes an outward supply statement, 2 becomes the flow into the ITC for the recipient, 3 is the liability defrayal, which happens on an auto-populated basis. The simplification process, what we have envisaged and what government is committed, leaves no room for doubt, be it a small taxpayer or a middle taxpayer or a large taxpayer. I think the compliance burden is going to ease. Now, what is work in progress? What is required to be done? Yesterday, Honorable Finance Minister, when she was inaugurating one of the CGST building, has put across very clearly that the tax administration need to be sensitive, the tax administration need to be accountable, and after all, the taxpayers who are contributing taxes should feel honored for being the righteous conduct, and also those who do not want to comply need to find the going tough. We have Mr. Kotreswamy here, the Commissioner North. I think I leave it to him to take the details of what the reforms mean for the taxpayer and the tax administration. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. एकः शत्रुः न द्वितीयोऽस्ति शत्रुः अज्ञानतुल्यः पुरुषस्य राजन्